In my last video, I promised you I was going to share with you a map of Jacksonville. It has changed so much and the city is huge. So let's get started. I'm going to share with you exactly where you should live, what's best for you and your lifestyle. So by the end of this video, you're going to have a really good idea of which part of Jacksonville will best suit your needs. So let me share the map. Here we go. You can see this line here going around this city. That is the 295 interstate. That is how I sort of let you know about the north side, the east side, the south side, the west side. And honestly, not too many people call things here the east side, but we're going to talk about it like a clock. At the first stop on this map tour, we're going to be on the north side. Now, north side will start right about here when you're crossed over the river. So you see where Mayport is, all the way across here. We're going to talk about the north side of Jacksonville. Right across from the Dames Point Bridge, you're into the area where we have a lot of industrial on the left side, because this is our port. This is where a lot of ships will come in and bring their goods from all over the world. We are becoming one of the busiest ports here in the United States. So if that's something you are interested in doing as a career, you will definitely have a spot here. And there are homes in and around this area, but just know at the beginning it is industrial, and then you get some homes here in the Ocean Way area. You are very close to where 295 and 95 intersect. So you have some great access along with Highway 17. Now this community is the northeast side because the river here basically divides northeast from northwest. So we have the zoo, we have the airport, we have access to the water, and in and across this way you can get over to Mayport. Also get access to some of our beautiful state parks over here. This is a lovely area, and there is some awesome waterfront property here. So if you love fishing and the lifestyle on the water, this is the area you may like, and being close to the airport. Now as we head further north, we are getting closer to Nassau County, and you're going to get here into the Yulee, Amelia Island, and Fernandina Beach area. Beautiful lifestyle. You're going to have million plus homes along the water. You're going to have historic 100+ year homes on 7th Street and 6th Street. Some of them are renovated and restored, and some of them are not. You're going to have everything you want. There'll be some new construction in here. You're going to have communities that are like little suburbs, and of course you're going to have all the conveniences you will need here. And you're not too far from the Georgia borderline. You see this little line up here? This is where Georgia and Florida are divided. So if you're going to live in Yulee, you're going to have a lot of newer planned communities. There's a lot of new construction going on over in this area. And then you're going to actually have mobile homes. So everything you can think of in Yulee, look at this, everything. Okay, so we were up in Yulee. You're going to have very interesting planned communities in here, new construction still, older communities that have been developed. You're even going to find mobile homes. So every type of community that you're looking for, and they have been rated some of the better schools also. So not so bad to raise your family up in this area, and the homes in this area are going to be a little more affordable than in other parts of St. Johns County for the same builder. And of course, you're close to the Georgia borderline with the Kings Bay base. So you could really work there and live in Florida and absolutely be in the right place for that lifestyle. And of course, being at the very north part of Florida, that means if there is a hurricane and we need to get out of here, we absolutely will have a faster way to get out of town than people who live in the southern part of our state. So here on the north side, you're going to have the airport, Pecan Park. There's a lot of buildings going on, new construction. So if you're trying to raise your family and have affordable brand new construction, this part of town is going to offer a lot of options. A lot of the builders are still building on the north side and the northwest side. And even as we go down onto the northwest side, there's going to be some beautiful new construction communities way out in this area. A lot of new homes. So you still have access. If you take the Interstate 295 to get to the airport, you will absolutely have. So let's go counterclockwise and head west, since we're talking about it right now. When you are in the northwest side, this is your divider. Highway 10 is still the west side, and you will come down here and get into the downtown core, which is Springfield. Springfield is in and around downtown Jacksonville. So downtown Jacksonville is right here where I'm moving my arrow here. This will have historical homes because it is a historical district. There are homes being built, new construction in and around some of the more historical homes. So you will be able to have access to new construction in this area as well. And then homes that have been completely refabricated. There are still some homes that are not in the greatest condition in this area. So you're going to have to be strategic in this area and know exactly where you're going to be building, or maybe buying a home that needs to be renovated. If you're into projects, this would be a great area because the values continue to go up in this area. It's a great place to start a wonderful project there. There's restaurants and parks and little coffee shops and all kinds of quaint little historical things that you may enjoy doing that I would definitely consider Springfield. For downtown Jacksonville, we have some high rises coming here. There already are some, and there's new luxury condos coming. So you may have that lifestyle where you don't want yard work. You want to pull into a garage and ride up an elevator. That is something you can find all along the bank here. And if we go on the west side of the downtown, so we're into the historic Riverside and Avondale. These are also charming, walkable history. Riverside's a little more younger scale. Avondale's probably a little more upper scale because it costs a lot more to live in Avondale. Riverside has some expensive homes as well, but Avondale has a little bigger homes, a little more land, and the pricing is a little higher here. So you could absolutely get lifestyle here because you're also with access to the river as well. Now, as we move further west, we're into Cedar Hills, Argyle Forest, and look at what is right here. Now, some of you have asked me, where's the best housing for people who are being PCS to Jacksonville Naval Air Station, also known as NAS Jax. And if you don't want a far commute, anywhere from Riverside into Orange Park would be an ideal area for you to live if you are in the Navy right here. A little over here to Argyle Forest would be a great place for you. Chimney Lakes, Oakleaf Plantation, and down into the Orange Park area. Now, I help people who like to live a little away from the big city life. They go down into the Fleming Island, Middleburg, Ashbury Lake, and of course, the further we go, it's green Cove Springs. These homes here, they may be on golf courses, but then again, they may be just in the middle of nowhere with no HOA, no CDD. You can find homes like that throughout this whole area. Now, if the community is planned and there's a community pool, more than likely, you're going to have either a CDD or an HOA or both. So depending on your lifestyle, your budget, in this area, we're in Clay County, you could have all of those options. Great place just to be in an affordable home, a little bit bigger than, say, the St. John's area, and the school systems are also doing quite well in that area as well. Now we come over here and we cross this bridge and we're into St. John's County. Now the county itself is huge, very huge, like Duval County. Along the water, you're going to pay for the housing anywhere when you're along the St. Johns River. So the Rivertown development is a planned community. Within this community, there are $700,000 homes. They do even now have affordable townhomes. You also have a 55 and over community. A lot of new construction still. And then there's some developers all in around there, not just Rivertown, but close by. You can have those options as well, all the way to Fruit Cove. Down into Rivertown, you'll have Durbin Creek, you have Durbin Crossing, the Warcraft Village area, all the way to St. Augustine, and even up here into Bartram Park area. Now, the Bartram Park area, some of it is in Duval and some of it is in St. John's. So depending on where you want to raise your family, if the schooling is not up to the par you want over in this area, then you have to move into the St. John's community. And this will bring your pricing up premium. So you have to consider your budget, your lifestyle, what matters the most to you. But there's a lot of planned communities all over this area, mixed in with 55 and over communities. We have a lot of options. The Del Webb in Ponte Vedra, there's a Del Webb down here, and there's one over here, and there's one, then, we have options for anybody. If you're thinking downsizing, maybe relocating here from a different area, and you want that 55 and over community, we have plenty of them in the Northeast Florida area. And I will be leaving all my information below so you can absolutely get the lifestyle, the budget that is in your life, whatever you need. Since we are moving back to the east side of this map, I'm going to switch over here. Now, Mandarin is also along the water, but we're in Duval County again. So you can live in this part of town and still get to the naval station. You just have to cross this bridge, which if there's any type of accident, you want to look ahead of time before you go, because you would have to go way down into Green Cove or way up this way if you really want to get there and the bridge is trouble with traffic. So now we are into Bartram Springs. We have E-Town, a lot of new construction over here in Ever Range, all the Beauclair area. I've done so many videos of these where I pinpoint a lot of different information and details. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see all those tours that I've done of different communities throughout this area, all the way from Yulee to Palm Coast. Now the Southside and Bay Meadows and Deerwood. This is a sweet spot. There are some really, really, really expensive houses over here in the Deerwood area. Football players might live there. You know what I'm talking about? Like that type of area. Then we have affordable housing, but there's some really great condos all in around here too that are affordable. So single family homes, condos, estate type homes, all of that can be in this area. And honestly, all around the 202, which is the Butler Boulevard, we have beautiful new construction up in here as well. And you're close to the Mayo Clinic and access to the beaches. Before we head to the beach, I just wanted to touch on San Marco over in this area on the south bank of downtown here. This is another historical area, so it's quite lovely to live in that area along the water and get close access to downtown, and then also just jump on 90, which is Beach Boulevard, and get all the way down here to the beaches. So let's head over to the beaches. We have Bonavita Beach, which is the one that is down south here, Jacksonville Beach, Neptune Beach, and Atlantic Beach, and then all the way past Catherine Abbey Hanna Park is at Mayport Beach, and another station for our Navy, Mayport Naval. So you may want to live anywhere near the beaches or in the Arlington area. Now, before I get over here, let's just talk about these beaches. Some of the homes in here are going to be old concrete block. You're going to have little neighborhoods. You're going to have some condos. You're going to have a pricier home with a smaller footprint because of the location to the Atlantic Ocean. And Neptune Beach, similar vibe. These two cities are very quiet, but can be expensive. Anywhere if you're on this side by the ocean or on this side by the intercoastal waterway. You can see all the water here. That means money. When you see blue, think green, okay? Money. Jacksonville Beach, you'll have single family homes. There are some new construction homes, some new condos, older condos that's been renovated. All the things you can imagine about living at the beach. You're going to have the lifestyle, the restaurants, the nightclubs, concerts, you name it, you get that at the beach. You pay for lifestyle, you pay for water access, you pay. Have it, you can get whatever you need. And you know that big community that there may be deals out here, so don't think that you can't find a deal. We can always search for deals. And then if we head over to Arlington, of course, I don't know if you've heard of the Queens Harbor Yacht Club and Country Club, but yes, this is a golf club community right here in between the beach and Arlington, and it is gated. You cannot get in without someone letting you in somehow, but beautiful, big, nice, beautiful homes over here. We have Fort Caroline area and East Arlington. We have the Regency area, and we have Arlington, which is all surrounded by water. So this area, you can have $1 million homes all along the water, and then $100 something homes in and around this area. So it depends on what your budget is. You can find townhomes, single family homes, newer construction and older construction, all in this area. And you're close to the 295 and to downtown, and to get over across the bridge to the airport. So that is the map of Jacksonville, where if you're living on the north side, you're going to get more bang for your buck right now. If you're living near the beaches, you're just going to have to realize it's a lifestyle and you're going to have to pay the price. If you want new construction in this part of town, it's a little more money because all the new construction in the Southside area, it's a little more expensive. They have some nice, big, well-designed communities that will cost you because they're the higher quality builders. Absolutely, you can get that. You want to live in historical areas, you hit this zone right here and you're going to have that. You want to be close to the airport, you stay up there. You want to be close to NAS Jax, into the left side of the 295 area. You want the best school zones and a little more, I would say a little more cost to live. It's the St. Johns County area. So that is the map. That is the lifestyle. And I am always here for you. This is not about me. This is about you. I'm here to guide you through the process. Once you share with me your wants, your needs, your budget, I help you decide. And I will show you a few different communities, and you can pick which one you think will best suit you based on what you're seeing when you go and see the houses. You may not like that there was a railroad track, for example. You may not like that the airplanes come straight over you all the time. There's all different reasons people choose the communities they choose. We point everything out. You get to make the decision, and I'm here to guide you. So I'm going to leave a link below to my calendar, because this is not a process you should do by yourself. You need to hire a professional. I would love to be your realtor and guide you and your family through the process. My name is Nicole Smith. I relocated here without anybody helping me, and I wish I would have had someone like me help me and my family through the process. And remember, like, comment, and subscribe, because that really helps my channel. And I appreciate you watching to the very end, and I hope this video was useful for you. Stick around, because in next week's video, I'm going to share the top 5 55 and up communities that I think are going to make you smile and make a choice to live in one of those top 5 that I toured them all. Remember, life is too short. Have to love where you're living, and live in the dream in Jacksonville, Florida, and have a love being a realtor. Bye for now, and God bless.